It's hard to believe it's been 74 years since Dorothy taught us that there's no place like home. That to get through life, sometimes you need a heart, a brain, and a little bit of courage. And of course, that to get through a journey in life, sometimes you need to see the world for how it really is. Hi, I'm Jake Hamilton here in the wonderful world of Oz, which looks suspiciously like Southern California, getting ready to talk with the stars of Oz the Great and Powerful about why this time we're not in Kansas anymore. Get ready, this is Jake's Takes.
Kansas is full of good men. I don't want to be a good man. I want to be a great one.
You're gonna need this! I don't want to die! I haven't accomplished anything yet! Please!
One of the reasons I love this movie is that we all grew up with these characters and we all thought that we know them, but obviously this movie is teaching us that we really had no idea who they were. Of all the characters that you've played in your life, if you could kind of get to know one of them, kind of know where that person came from and know his backstory, which one do you think you'd be most interested in learning about?
Well, I have another movie coming out around the same time as Oz called Spring Breakers.
Right, which looks awesome, by the way.
I'm very proud of it. I play a character in there named Alien. He's sort of a gangster mystic.
Right.
He's hard to pin down. And Harmony, I acted opposite a rapper named Gucci Mane, who had a history with his character has a history with my character, and so we talked about doing a prequel for those two guys, how they kind of grew up and became the gangsters that they are.
You got to do it, man.
I would love to do it.
I think given the opportunity to have this character to have a backstory of was probably the most fun and the most interesting. Because she's such an iconic character at the end, and the end result is so specific and so wonderful and has been around for 80 years, that having a backstory to her and being able to create that backstory and have fun with it and ground it in such a fantastical world was a gift.
I mean, the person that I feel the most, because she was a real-life human being, is Marilyn Monroe. I feel like there's not enough time in the world. I would appreciate more time to get to know her and understand her even better, because she was real.
Right. Well, that's one of the reasons I think that movie worked so well, is because it was just a week. It didn't try to capture the whole thing, and I love that.
I think that's the only reason I was able to take it on and not be too daunted. I was like, it's just a week.
You were perfect.
It's just a week.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, maybe JD from Scrubs. It would be fun. We always did funny flashbacks to me and Turk going to college, and I had a giant mullet and everything. And I always thought it could be funny to do like a little prequel movie, like us the college years or something.
Please tell me that's going to happen.
It won't happen, because I can't play a college kid anymore. I'm 37 years old.
I would buy it. Whenever you're going through the Hollywood Reporter and when you see like Scrubs prequel happening,
Yeah.
you know that this interview
your
got out.
idea.
Exactly. You know this got out.
I like the character and I'd always wanted to know more about the character that Billy Bob Thornton played in a movie I made called The Simple Plan.
One of the greatest movies of all time, by the way.
Thank you, you're so kind. But his characterization was so rich and thrilling to me that the more we would talk about him, the more I'd learn, and I never learned enough. The movie ended before I knew everything I could know about him.
This movie is based on the original book and not the original movie. So I was wondering if you could sit in a theater with L. Frank Baum, the guy that wrote the original novel, and watch it with him, and when it's done, lean over and say, okay, did I get this part about Oz right? What is the aspect that you'd like to ask him about?
I think he would be very happy. I mean, I read all the Oz books when I was young, and it seems like he wrote the first one, and then he wanted to write other books, and the fans kept pulling him back. And,
Right.
And The Wizard of Oz was his first, really big success. So I think for him, the most important thing was creating, interesting characters, creating a fantasy land with just fantastical details. And I think, Sam Raimi and everyone really delivered that.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know what I'd ask him if we got it right. I think he'd be happy, though.
Yeah, I think he would too. I think he
Yeah.
would. Now, when Oz gets to Oz, a lot of people are expecting very high things from him, and they think he's someone that he's really not, ultimately. So I was wondering, in your career, in your life, And what is the moment in which you felt people had the highest, most unrealistic expectations for you?
I don't know. I don't know what people expect from me. I mean, I've been asked to, I've done some commencement speeches. There's kind of expectations there. I played James Dean. I knew there were expectations there. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if people expect a lot from me. I don't know.
We do, man.
Okay.
We expect good things from you, my friend.
Thanks.
Hey, man.
Am I dreaming?
You're in Oz. I'm Theodora the Good Witch.
Where's your broom?
You don't know much about witches, do you?
When Oz gets to Oz, he finds out that you guys have been waiting on him a very long time, waiting on something that just hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
What is something that you're still waiting to happen in your career that hasn't happened yet?
In my career?
Or in your life, or in general, anything.
Oh gosh, well I'm 29, so we have a long way to go.
Right.
You know what? I've never had expectations in this world because this career is so unpredictable, and is so based on opinion. There's no degree that tells you that I'm an actress, and there's definitely no degree that tells you that I'm a good actress. So at any point, my job can dwindle. That being said, a lot of things I expect. I mean, one day I hope to, travel the world a little more, have some more time off, and just experience life.
Wedding in the plans?
Oh, we're gonna get married? Where do you think you're gonna get married? Texas?
We can get married in Texas. We have great weddings in Texas.
Should we get married on a ranch?
We can get married on a ranch.
Where's my ring?
I like it. I'll put a ring on it. I just didn't. They're only giving me 3 minutes. I don't know.
What's the thing? All right. I'm a size like 5.
Size 5? Okay.
Yeah, give or take. What's my carrot count? Carrot count? Does that even make sense? Is that a thing? What's a carrot count?
Whatever you want it to be, I will sell my life away. Don't tempt me.
Amazing. We're moving to Texas.
Woo! Let's do this. I like
Great.
it. I like it. Now, when Oz meets your character, he's very surprised that you don't have the broom and the warts and all that. One of the common misconceptions about witches.
Yeah.
What is the most common misconception about Mila Kunis?
Oh my God. I'm a very normal, average girl. I wear jeans and a t-shirt, and I walk the dogs in the morning, and then I sometimes go to the gym, and then I make food for the week, and then I run errands, and then I go to work, and then I come home.
And you play video games too,
And I play video games.
which is awesome.
Yeah. I'm very casual. Maybe casual is a good word.
Okay.
This is not what I look like on a daily basis.
I find that hard to believe. On our honeymoon, we can play video games.
What would you like to play? Like, are we playing Halo, or are we
was just
playing
about to say,
like Mario Galaxy? Like, which direction are we going?
We could do a little bit of Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Throw some Halo in there, and then top it off with some old school. I still have my old Nintendo.
Okay, so long as we could do a little Nintendo, like just as an easy route.
I still have the thing where we have to.
Oh, with the cartridge?
Right. Yeah.
Did you ever do the alcohol swab?
No, I didn't.
For some reason, you blow on it, but then if you take a Q-tip with like alcohol and you swab the inside to get all the dust out of it, that also sometimes
I
works.
didn't know, because my Duck Hunt / Mario hasn't been working well lately.
Duck Hunt. Remember
I
that
still have
one
it.
with the
Still have
gun?
it. I still have it.
I know, those are good times.
I could talk to you all day. It's such an honor. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, of course.
I'll bring the ring next time.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
Towns were destroyed. Children were orphaned. Great wizard from Kansas. I've waited for you to come and set things right.
Me?
Did those crows just say we're gonna die?
I always wanted to interview you.
Oh,
I've never gotten the chance.
Well, here we go. I hope I live up to your
Oh,
expectations.
no, I feel I got a little bit of pressure.
Where are you from?
From
Where'd you say?
Houston.
From Houston.
From Houston. So
My first fake ID was from Houston. I mean, it
Yes.
said I was from Houston.
Oh, do you still have it?
And Jake, tell me yours now.
Sadly, no.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, we are honored that your first fake ID is from Houston.
Yeah, I had to do like a southern accent too when I went to the bars.
But
I don't know if it sounded very
Can you
Houston.
still do it? What is the Houston
I don't
Southern
know.
accent?
Maybe it's like a little more Tennessee than it was Houston.
It would still work. I don't think if I had a fake ID, they wouldn't let me in. They're not going to turn you down.
Well, this is when I was 15, and if I have like a baby face at 32, can you imagine what I looked like at 15?
Why were you going into bars at 15?
Because I had it was a big mistake.
I'm getting all emotional. In Oz, there are good witches, there are bad witches, there are some that are good, there are some that are bad.
Right.
And in this business, what is the best benefit to being a good person, and what's the best benefit to being a bad person?
Gosh, I mean, I never think about anything from a business standpoint. I mean, I live in New York. It doesn't even really feel like a business what I do. It feels like the thing that I love, that I'm lucky enough to be given opportunities to do. I don't know if there's I don't know what's great. Listen, nobody wants to be boring.
Right, right. Says the girl who had the fake ID at 15.
So, to be all good, to not have nuance or color or shading is, nobody wants to be boring. But I can't really think about anything great about being bad.
Obviously, this is based on the original novel and not the movie that we're all familiar with. So since we all know Billy Burke's performance as the original Glinda so well, was there anything that you had to purposely say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. This isn't the movie, this is the book, I have to avoid that?
I knew I couldn't wear a dress with that big of sleeves.
Your magic is the only thing strong enough to save us all.
Please tell me you gentlemen can fight.
No, but we sing.
Guys, take 5.
One of the things I love about the Land of Oz is that so many characters are metaphors for real people in Oz's life. So I was wondering, of all the people in your life, if you could see kind of the Oz metaphorical version of one person in your life, which one would you want to see?
God, your questions are tricky. I have to actually think this morning. I don't know. Pass on that one. It's too
pass,
hard.
pass. We're passing.
Pass, too hard.
Zach doesn't like that one. I love this movie, and I like that it answers a lot of questions that I've kind of always had, and a lot of fans are going to always have. But now that this movie's over, you've read the script, you know the questions that are answered. What is still the one question that you have left that hasn't been answered yet that you hope, if you come back, they will answer that question?
I'd like to know more, selfishly, because I'm the monkey. I want to know more about the monkey. Like, what's his prequel?
Right.
I think it'd be fun. No, I think it would be fun to, if there's another one, to have Oz and the monkey and China Girl go off on other missions together.
If you have like some inputs on where Finley came from, what would be your input? You're like, you know what? I think this should.
Well, you know how in the film we go into China Girl's town and we see it's been destroyed, but I would love to see the town, the Finley town.
Right.
Like where's the town and the community that he's from, and like see his world. I think that would be really funny.
So now when we see Hollywood Reporter Oz sequel, going to focus on Finley.
The prequel to the prequel.
Yeah, exactly. You'll know that this interview really took off.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Finley is that he takes very seriously the life debt. He's not playing around. He owes it to someone. He's going to take it. Of all the actors you've worked with, who is the actor that you would least want to owe a life debt to?
Donald Faison, because we are best friends in real life, and I don't want to owe him anything because he would make me do something really. If I owed him a life debt, he would end up making me do something really horrible with it.
What is the worst thing you think he would make? Knowing who he is, what is the worst thing?
I don't know. We always had bets on set. It'd be like, for what the most gross thing or horrible thing. It'd be like, all right, for $5,000, would you, a lot of friends play that game.
We do my buddies and I do the hypothetical. Like hypothetically.
Yeah, okay. For 10 grand, would you? And it was always gross and horrible, so I don't want to owe him anything.
Zach, it's truly an honor to get to sit across from you, my friend. Thank you so much for your time. That was a
buddy.
fun interview. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Keep dressing snazzy.
Will do, my friend.
I might not actually be a wizard.
Yes, but they don't know that. You're capable of more than you know.
Are you the great man we've been waiting for?
I think I could be.
That's an awesome looking suit.
Thank you very much. It's to cover up the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. You'll be distracted by all the shininess.
Wow. Yeah, it's working.
We're good on time. And if I could get a 2-shot the whole time, that'd be great. One of the scenes that I loved in the movie is James Franco saying, you know what, I'm not a wizard, but the true wizard is Thomas Edison. In your eyes, in the world of filmmaking, who's the true wizard out there?
The true wizard? Sergei Eisenstein, probably. Who
Why is that?
First put these cuts together and studied their effects on the audience. Cutting to a man's face, cutting to a bowl of soup, and determining that the audience ascertained that the man was hungry based on those two images. Mm-hmm. Juxtaposing images and determining their meaning is the basics of filmmaking.
Absolutely. Now, I read a quote. I was telling you, I'm a movie geek who grew up on Evil Dead, and I read a quote from you one time, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but you said that the kid who directed Evil Dead will always be in all of my movies, no matter what I directed. And I was wondering, I feel like you can see Evil Dead in anything from Spider-Man 2 to obviously Dragging Me to Hell. Where in this movie, where in Oz, is the kid who directed Evil Dead?
The kid who directed Evil Dead was about cool shots and gimmicks and thrilling the audience and making them laugh. So I think anytime there's a humorous moment, that's the same guy that made Evil Dead. At the same time, we're exploring gimmickry of going into Oz and going from 2D to 3D, black and white to color, going from that 1:6:6 ratio to the 2:4:0 ratio, going from the mono sound to the full surround sound. That's the type of gimmickry and filmic technique that I love playing with primarily when I was a kid.
Right.
So I think those are signs of it. But it comes down to, I think, more subtle things. I still like the scares, still like the apparition, the transformation of the witch. That still fascinates me. When those winged baboons pop out to give those kids a chill. I think that's still the same guy.
Absolutely. Now, I know we're both big movie geeks, and while this film is based on the original novel, one of the darkest urban legends in the history of Hollywood comes from the original Wizard of Oz movie, and it actually obviously isn't true. I don't know if you've heard the urban legend that you can see a munchkin hanging himself in the background, and it's actually a peacock. Everyone thinks you can see it. It's just a peacock moving its tail up and down. It's a classic. You should YouTube it. It's really crazy.
I'll look for it.
It's really weird. So I was wondering, of all the films you've directed, what is maybe a legend or a rumor that you've heard about one of your movies that you would like to put on the record? You know what? It's not true.
Oh, I guess that there was a rumor that in the end of the first Evil Dead movie, that I drove a motorcycle through the cabin.
I had heard that.
To hit Bruce in the face, but really it was just, I was just hand-holding that camera, running with it.
Wah, wah.
Sorry to let you
down.
down.
I know, that was such a great rumor, though. That was such a great rumor. I could talk to you all day, Mr. Raimi. This is truly an honor for me. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
I have a souvenir for you.
No way.
This is one of the props in the picture. We made 5,000 of them.
Oh my God, and you're giving one to me?
Yes, sir.
Is it based off the quality of my interview?
It's the suit.
It's the suit!
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Holy crap, that's awesome. That's it. I'm done. Thank you, guys. Y'all rock. I appreciate it. Thank you. All the pressure of everyone watching. Thank you. Hey, Scott, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I will do. Thank you.